Tour of my room, part 5 or 6, I believe. Let's quickly recap. This is my keyboard wall, my other keyboard wall. This is my ocean-themed bedroom area. I have my horse sheets on right now, so it's kind of giving Mojo Dojo Casa House. Also, that's my cat Stevie. This is my office area with my worm wall. All right, and then this is my picture frame collection. It's all pictures of nail clippers, except Walter White, and it's to match my calendar. And then this is my carousel nail clipper music box that opens and closes and is full of nail clippers. And then this is my inside dirt. It's just dirt that I have inside to play with. And then in the middle of it, I have this candy machine that I thrifted. I didn't want to fill it with candy, so I filled it with a bunch of tiny images of Jimmy Neutron's dad. That's the one I got. There's a bunch in there, so you can collect them all. And then if you want to play in the dirt and you get to the bottom, the bottom is completely custom lined with images of Jimmy Neutron's dad to match. All right, I can't exactly clear out the whole thing, but there's one spot. But yeah, those are some of the hues, aka Jimmy Neutron's dad.
Ooh-wee. Hot diggity. Damn. Ooh. That pre-show hit got me. Oh, shucky ducky. Oh, man, dude, that chick from that opening clip. What the fuck? That was weird. She has got all kinds of weird shit going on. What's with the fucking nail clippers? I don't understand the nail clippers. I feel like that's the thing. It's hard to tell when people do things for real and when they do things as a joke, because it seems like a joke, but this shit is just right that it could be real. It could be legit. She's like, I fucking love Jimmy Neutron. I grew up on that shit. And she just fucking loves nail clippers. You can't tell. You cannot tell. Hey, Darren. How you doing, buddy? Hail and howdy, Kai, M.F.S, and hello to the chat and the lurkers therein. Yeah, I see some lurkers in here. Thanks for the hearts, y'all. That is a weird gal in the opener. I know, right? That one is what she. The thing is, she's cute too. Hold on, let's pull her up again. Like you see her, and you think, oh hey, she's cute. Like she knows how to take care of herself. So that's for me, that's a big green flag. When someone is well kept, well put together, not just attractive, but well kept. Okay. So far, everything's on the up and up. But then she has inside dirt and pictures of nail clippers. And you say, huh, definitely don't want to get this one pregnant. Hard pass. I got a thing for you, Kai. 3, I have baby and firearms and a carpenter. I got a thing for you, Kai. 3, I have baby and firearms and a carpenter. I'm imagining Jesus with a couple of Uzis, or a couple of ARs, because maybe not baby Jesus, grown up Jesus, but a baby and a carpenter. I get Jesus in the brain, so I'm imagining Jesus holding a couple AR-15s. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I have in my head when you say these things. Hey, that's my favorite version of Jesus. Ass-kicking Jesus. You think he just turned the other cheek? He turned the other cheek. He said, try that again. Try that again, you punk-ass Roman. I'll beat the shit out of you and your kids. Yeah, they didn't ever do the whatever. They didn't slap him a second time. They're a bunch of bitches. Okay. Oh, you got something for me like that. Okay. Baby, firearms, carpenter. Now it's making a little more sense. Breed them all. Firemen's. Oh, yeah, these are the links. Bless you, old dude. Guy, it was nice talking to you Tuesday, my friend. Yeah, man, it was nice hanging out. I'm glad. I fucking knew Hoff wasn't gonna fucking quit. But life is busy, so I understand why he thought he needed to take a second. Did you send fireman twice? Fireman's carpenter. Nope. This is the fireman again. So you sent fireman twice. You did not send the carpenter link, DJ Lewis. Sorry to break it to you. You done dropped the ball on them links. Punkcast Romans. I love that dude. Yeah, over you. Yeah. But yeah, I like the backstage hangouts that that Hoff does. Those are nice. So like if Hoff ever really does quit YouTube, one of us is just gonna have to start doing that shit. Just start doing backstage hangouts. I could do maybe like an after the show hangout for subscribers or something. Like, I mean, shit, I could just do it in general, but at some point, when I got all those thousands and thousands of subscribers and everyone wants to hang out. You gotta throttle it at some point. But yo, this chick, she doesn't give you any immediate red flags except for maybe that she's wearing PJs and her background. Maybe but then again, maybe she's just a computer nerd. But no. The nail clippers are what did it for me. Oh, is that the right one? Is that the right one? Thank you very much. Oh, Darren M. Tried alive and working towards my goal. Good, man. As it should be. Gotta have a dream and work towards it every day. All right. All right. Let's see these links that DJ Lewis has contributed to our lives on this day. Do I have the sound on? Nope. Who's taking your baby down? Wow, why is it so quiet? So quiet. What? Come over here then. Okay.
On this slide, it ended up as a fail. Going down the safest way possible for her. She was giggling on the way down. When she was taking her baby down this slide,
That's
it
funny.
ended up as a fail. But she ended up going down the safest way possible for her. And was giggling on the way down. When she was taking her baby down this slide, it ended up as a fail.
Okay, that's pretty cute. That's funny. All right, let's see the next one. 2 techniques of rapid extraction. All right, let me turn this off. Turn the sound back off. Oh, nice. I like that one. That's cool. What? That was awesome. Dude, these are dope. I really like this one because then it's like they're helping you. That was awesome, man. Zachariah. Howdy, Zachariah. I hear you, brother. Keep at it. We are both another day on the right side of the dirt. This is fucking cool. This is fucking cool. It'd be funny if he wasn't just laying in like the comfortable positions. If he was like sprawled out, just and he had to like, or he was like crooked and fucking spun around and shit. All right, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Let's turn the sound on here. Share the next one.
The mystery of the Loretto Chapel.
The Loretto Chapel. All right. We've seen clips from this podcast before.
Oh, this is the craziest story. So they were building this chapel in New Mexico. The French architect who was building this chapel all of a sudden died. He did not complete the staircase to the choir loft. The sisters of the Loretto Chapel, they pray to Saint Joseph that someone is sent to build these stairs. At the end of the 9 days of prayer, this man comes in from across the desert riding a donkey, walks into the church, and he says, "I was sent here to build stairs."
Stop it!
Listen, he built these stairs in 3 months and just dipped. The sisters were like, "Well, we didn't pay him." So the sisters went to the lumber yard and said, "Do we owe you anything?" He said, "This man never came and got wood from us."
Oh my goodness.
And there's not a single nail used on this staircase.
What? That is such a
And
wild
then
story.
What?
the curator of this chapel, he brought in over 120 experts. They said, "We don't know how to do that." These sisters believe Joseph himself came because he was the carpenter.
Oh my gosh.
Have you heard of the mystery of the
Joseph?
Loretto Chapel?
What if it was fucking Jesus himself? That's crazy. That's crazy.
So they were building this chapel in New Mexico. The French architect who was building this chapel all of a sudden died. He did not complete the staircase to the choir loft. The sisters of the Loretto Chapel, they pray to Saint Joseph that
Saint Joseph.
to build these stairs.
That's why they
At
think it was
the end
Joseph.
Of the 9 days of prayer, this man comes in from across the desert riding a donkey, walks into the church, and he says, "I was sent here to build stairs."
Stop it!
Listen, he built these stairs in 3 months.
Those are
and
some
dipped.
fucking crazy looking stairs, bro. Those are some badass stairs. I'm pretty sure it was just gonna be a regular ass, like, spiral staircase or something before, but that is wild.
Dipped. The sister's like, well, we didn't pay him. So the sisters went to the lumber yard and said, do we owe you anything? They said, this man never came and got wood from us.
Oh my goodness.
And there's not a single nail used on this staircase.
What?
Dude, what the fuck? How is that made? That's wild. That's like one long piece of wood. That's fucking nuts, dude. I wish we could zoom in on that. We could probably look up the pictures.
That is such
Loretto Chapel.
a
And then
wild story.
the curator of this chapel, he brought in over 120 experts. They said, we don't know how to do that. These sisters believe Joseph himself came because he was a carpenter.
Oh my gosh.
You heard of the mystery of the Loretto Chapel?
No.
This is the craziest story. So they were building this chapel
Okay.
in Mexico. The
See, in Mexico or in New Mexico?
who was building this chapel, all of a sudden,
Can't fucking rewind on shorts? How lame. All right. Check this out. Okay, let me see this here. Three mysteries surround the spiral staircase of the Loretto Chapel: the identity of its builder, the type of wood used, and the physics of its construction. The Loretto Chapel was completed in 1878. There was no way to access the choir loft 22 feet above. Carpenters were called in to address the problem, but they all concluded access to the loft would have to be via ladder, as a staircase would interfere with the interior space of the small chapel. It says that to find a solution to this seating problem, the sisters of the chapel made a novena to St. Joseph, the patron saint of carpenters. Oh, on the 9th and final day of prayer, a man appeared at the chapel with a donkey and a toolbox looking for work. Months later, the elegant circular staircase was completed, and the carpenter disappeared without pay or thanks. After searching for the man, and an ad even ran in the local newspaper, and finding no trace of him, some concluded that he was Saint Joseph himself, having come in answer to the sisters' prayers. Okay, so here's some more shots of it. Oh, so it does have railing. It didn't look like it did, but it does have railing. The staircase or stairways carpenter, did it look like it had railing? Let me see. I'm watching the video again just to see where they have the shot of the staircase. Oh yeah, what? I can't fucking tell. Yeah, it looks like there's no railing in the original picture, in the old picture I'm looking at. In this picture, there's railing. See, hold on, let me pull it up. No railing. Railing. So the railing must have been added. The stairways carpenter, whoever he was, built a magnificent structure. The design was innovative for the time, and some of the design considerations still perplex experts today. The staircase had two 360-degree turns and no visible means of support. It is said that the staircase was built without nails, only wooden pegs. Questions also surround the number of stair risers relative to the height of the choir loft. Stair risers, like the steps? And about the types of wood and other materials used in the stairway's construction. Over the years, many have flocked to the Loretto Chapel to see the miraculous staircase. The staircase has been the subject of many articles, TV specials, and movies, including Unsolved Mysteries and a full-length movie title called The Staircase, starring William Peterson and Barbara Hershey. Oh, this is the Loretto Chapel's website. 1878. That's fucking wild, bro. Where are they at? New Mexico. All right. Hey, baby. Thank you for being chill. I can give you snuggles if you give me chill. Dude, that's crazy. How far away are you from this miracle? No, you're gonna have to move because you're fucking leaning on the keyboard and shit. No, get the fuck out of here. All right. So thought the fireman's thing would be good to know. Hell yeah, I would figure too. At some point, I'm sure it will be. Volume. The volume is what it is. You think it was a Germain? Saint Germain? I'm pretty sure it was who they said it was. What is it? Saint Joseph. Saint Joseph. Where is Stunt Brat? She would love this. Pete has often talked of the 29 unknown men. It could be one of them. I may be off on the number. Hey, everybody, 420 cheers. Yeah, nice. Looks like I missed it by 6 minutes. It's 50 o'clock here, somewhere. You're probably closest to the chapel guy. Joseph. Yeah, I seen it here. Did you see Joseph? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. It's on the screen no more. Saint Joseph. Yeah, that is a freaking crazy looking staircase, dude. Like, for real. Holy shit. That is wild. It looks so well look how well constructed it is. Oh, wait. Look at that construction. Look at that just fucking craftsmanship. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. All right, let's get on to the stuff we're here to talk about tonight. What's it called? Thanks for sharing, DJ Lewis. Saint Joseph aspirin for lesbians. All right, so let's go with let's start here. Who remembers Guitar Hero? Because this band was fucking hot during Guitar Hero, and now they're back. Dragonforce's latest single is a perfect tribute to the legend of Zelda, all for the glory of the Master Sword. Yo, Dragonforce. All right, let's hear this. I guess we can't maybe hear it, but let's read the article. For many gamers, Dragonforce is probably most well known for its absurdly difficult Through Fire and Flame song on 2007's Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. The band, however, also happens to be pretty darn good in its own right, even if its music isn't quite to everybody's taste. Ahead of the launch of the band's new album, Warp Speed Warriors, on March 15, 2024, Dragonforce has released Power of the Triforce, a new single based on none other than The Legend of Zelda. Much like the band's previous efforts, Power of the Triforce is a fast-paced symphony of power metal, boasting some pretty spectacular lyrics crammed with references to Nintendo's iconic franchise. The video is worth a watch, too, as it contains some familiar scenes that fans will no doubt recognize, but probably won't. Because Nintendo's lawyers to sharpen their pitchforks. Oh, but probably won't cause. Sorry. Probably won't cause Nintendo's lawyers to sharpen their pitchforks. Okay, well, wait. Is there more? Nope. Let's fucking hear a little bit of it.
See the legend rising from the gates of time now. Oh, feel the magic of the Master Sword.
All right. I hope I didn't get a copyright for that, but yeah, cool. That's like the energy I'd expect from fucking Dragonforce. Is dope. I'm gonna listen to this in full later. Y'all feel free to look it up. Gotta move on over. Yeah, okay. Let's go with Epic. After saying we've been spending way more money than we earn, Epic turns on the money hose to lure game devs into releasing their golden oldies on the Epic Game Store. Devs, Epic wants your good old games. Ooh, that's a dig at GOG because good old GOG used to be good old games and they've kind of fallen off and a lot of people have complained about it. And ooh, Epic has announced a foolproof plan to tempt devs and publishers to put their back catalogs onto the Epic Game Store. Throw money at them. Announced yesterday, the now on Epic program will offer game makers and license holders 100% of the revenue generated by older games they put on Epic for the first 6 months of their time on the store, as opposed to the 88-12 split that selling games via Epic usually entails. 88-12 is fucking solid though. That is not very much. That is a nice deal. It's the corollary and the inverse of the Epic First Run program that launched yesterday. The program offers devs 6 months of 100% revenue from their games, so long as they commit to an equal period of Epic Game Store semi-exclusivity once those 6 months are up. The revenue split reverts to Epic's usual 88-12 division. The Now on Epic program, by contrast, offers a similar deal for gamers that are already out on non-Epic stores. 6 months of 100% revenue in return for releasing a minimum of 3 products that have been released prior to October 31st, 2023. Although devs that don't have 3 products that meet those criteria can just bring over all products that are live on other stores instead, the program won't run indefinitely. Devs will only be able to enroll in the program until December 31st next year. And the games they're bringing over have to launch before June 30th, 2025. Okay, so that's a narrow window. You've got a year to do it, and your game has to already be out, essentially. So hey, that's good. As someone currently juggling playthroughs of Knights of the Old Republic 1, Baldur's Gate 2, and Morrowind, I can tell you with some confidence that old games are pretty good. And I'm in favor of any mechanism that rewards license holders for making them more widely accessible or available. Nevertheless, I can't help but notice some small irony in the fact that this news comes in the wake of swinging layoffs. That's not swinging. What is this word? Swinging? What the fuck is this word? Swinging? Layoffs at Epic itself and its former subsidiary Bandcamp, which, in the former instance, CEO Tim Sweeney attributed to the company spending way more money than we earn. I imagine the 12% cut Epic takes on third-party games on its store is not a massive revenue generator for the company, but still, it must sting for laid-off employees to see Epic turn up the money hose for third parties immediately after asking people to clear their desks. That's it. That's the end of the thing. So it looks like they're still trying to expand their library. They're just focusing on a different area now. Different market. There we go. That's the word. This is awesome woodworking. Yeah, right? That staircase is seriously Fibonacci sequence. Right? Yeah, it really is. It's incredible. No problem. One more before you close the show. Let me know. Swinging cuts in public expenditure. Why is the E there? Swinging. That's not a fucking word, bro. All right. Ark Survival Evolved Studio settles legal dispute over alleged code theft, and in a surprise twist, they're now helping to re-release the game They said rip them off. Why the fuck? Let's figure what the hell's going on there. Studio Wildcard and parent company Snail Games forced Myth of Empires off Steam in 2021, saying it was built using stolen Ark Survival Evolved source code. Okay. So, British spelling. Oh, lame. Uh, Now I understand why it didn't make any sense. A dispute between Ark Survival Evolved developer Studio Wildcard and the makers of Chinese strategy game Myth of Empires has come to a happy ending, as all parties involved say they're now going to work together to re-release Myth of Empires on Steam and other platforms in early 2024. The trouble began in December 2021, shortly after the launch of Myth of Empires on Steam. Oh, that's right. I forgot I moved the camera for when I'm playing Zelda. Hold on, move it over. Where was I? Shortly after the launch of Myth of Empires on Steam, the studio Wildcard noticed a number of similarities between that game and Ark that it believed were more than just a coincidence. Studio Wildcard developers then examined code headers in the Myth of Empires executable and said they found proof that it was code headers, the proof that it was actually built upon the Ark Survival Evolved source code. Wildcard's parent company, why wouldn't you change the fucking headers, bro? Wildcard's parent company, Snail Games, alleged that the source has been stolen by key employees of Myth of Empires developer Angela Game, who had previously worked at Snail. That's her name, Angela Game. Sounds like BS. Hey, my name is Angela Game. I was meant to be in the games industry. Like, oh my god, that's so cool. We should have you at our studio. What's the fuck, Angela Game, my ass. So it was stolen by key employees of Myth of Empires developer, or is that the name of the developer? That's a weird name for developer. I can't figure out what name that is. Angela Game. What the fuck? Like, that's what you settled on? Angela Games. It sounds better. That rolls off the tongue. Angela Games. Angela Game. It's like that hotshot semi-feminist detective novel series, you know? I'm Angela Game, and I don't play games. She's got her like short jacket on. She's all, psh, I'm Angela Game. What the fuck? Like color. Okay, good to know. I didn't know about that one. Oh man, British spelling is just the worst. A summary of that evidence was presented to Valve, which removed the game from Steam December 3rd. Angela Game responded by issuing a flat-out denial of the claim against it, and then a couple weeks later, filing a lawsuit to force Myth of Empires return to Steam. Snail Games and Studio Wildcard fired back with further details about what it called a brazen theft of Snail USA and Wildcard's intellectual property. That claim was bolstered by a statement by Bastian Suter, CEO of anti-cheat maker BattleEye, who said his own independent investigation revealed that Myth of Empires executable contains several unique strings used by BattleEye integration code, which are also present in Ark. There are some slight changes to some of those strings, but those mostly consist of changing BattleEye to BatEye in almost all BattleEye references through the game. Bro, they did a Michael Scott. They just copy paste everything. Not DeWitt. At that point, the lawyers took over, and that was the last we heard of it until today, when all parties involved announced that they've sorted things out. Following nearly 2 years of litigation, we are pleased to announce this settlement agreement for Snail, Angela, and Studio Wildcard. Angela Game president, so it is the studio, Yi Leng Zhang, said in a statement, they're Chinese. They're Chinese, that's why it doesn't make any sense. We are Angela Game. Fuck off. Okay, wait. So who stole what? Okay. Developer from Angela Game who previously worked at Snail. See Wildcard noticed a number of similarities between Arc card developers. Okay. So Angela Game, of course, the fucking Chinese president. Is it a Chinese company? Of course they stole the oh my god, dude. Angela acknowledges that it caused difficulties for Snail's business. Bro, you stole their shit. Very Chinese of you. By working together, Angela and Snail will put those difficulties behind them. Angela regrets any difficulties it caused Snail and look forward to moving into this business partnership. At the same time, we hope that with Snail's extensive user resources and excellent platform relationships built on Arc, they can assist us in our future publishing efforts, injecting greater marketability into Myth of Empires. We are pleased to announce this settlement agreement and facilitate the re-release of Myth of Empires, which benefits both parties and opens up additional revenue streams for us through the partnership with Angela. Studio Wildcard co-founder Doug Kennedy said, as part of the statement, Snail Games will withdraw the DMCA notice that forced the removal of Myth of Empires from Steam and further work collaboratively with PC distribution platforms for a re-release of the game in early 2024. Snail is also working with Angela Game on bringing back Myth of Empires to PlayStation and the Xbox consoles in early 2024, and will assist in public relations, marketing, and first-party support for the game. Myth of Empires has remained available directly to players in its own website, but that's been an imperfect situation for gamers in North America. According to a Reddit post this year, US-based players have to use VPN to verify their accounts. There are no official US servers. Custom servers are available, but few in number and sparsely populated. Myth of Empires got off to a very strong start. Up to 47,000 prior to its removal. Cool. So Chinese developer or studio run by a Chinese person blatantly stole intellectual property from another company. Big surprise. At least we know what happened now. Blatantly stole. That's hilarious. It's okay, I'm Canadian. I can translate UK to American. Having leftover ribeye barbecue the other day, reheat it, and lots of real butter. Nice. Butter. That's what I need to buy. Butter. Write that shit down, or I'll forget again. Butter. All right. I forgot to buy butter when I went to the store. Okay, so that's it for video game news, I think. Yeah. Now it's off to everybody's favorite state. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to talk about California. Knows how to party. Okay. I just want you to stop flickering like a fucking tweaker. All right. What is this? Having leftover ribeye barbecue sauce the other day, reheat it, also wrote butter. So cursive handwriting to be taught in California schools. Children in 1st through 6th grade will now be required to learn cursive handwriting after Governor Gavin Newsom signed Assembly Bill 446 into law on October 13th. The bill turned law was introduced by Assemblywoman Sharon Quirks, Democrat, Fullerton, who was a former public elementary school teacher before entering politics. The Sacramento Bee reported, the new law will require teachers to implement some instruction regarding cursive handwriting from 1st through 6th grade instead of requiring educators to teach it during a specific grade, according to the law's text. The law's primary goal is to give students the ability to read and write in cursive, Assemblymember Quirksova told the Sacramento Bee. She also pointed out that most historical records were written in cursive. Well, I moved my monitor a little bit. Should keep my cats from coming through here, too. All right. She also pointed out most historical records written in cursive. A lot of historical documents going back 2 or 3 decades are actually in cursive. I went on 23andMe looking for some family records, and they were all written in cursive. The new law means that cursive handwriting instruction will now be required learning for California students, just like English, math, and social sciences. A February 2022 report from the National Education Association says 21 states require cursive in public school curriculum. We talked about this actually when it was taken out of public schools and how it was kind of shitty, but it made sense. I'm pretty sure we talked about that here. It was a while ago. Steve, how you doing, man? Hey there, Kai. I hope your day is good so far. But we're on opposite sides of the day, buddy. It's 10:46 p.m. So my day has been good. Thank you. So far. It's never too late for shit to go crazy left, right? Having leftover ribeye barbecue. Oh, wait. Communists have no souls and are morally bankrupted. Hey there, Stieg, says Darren M. So I think we talked about that, how they replaced cursive with typing, which makes sense. But at the same time, learning cursive has cognitive benefits. It often helps people learn to write and learn to read. And what's it called? The historical point also pretty solid, that it's something that doesn't hurt to learn, because from that you learn a lot of pencil control, you learn fluidity in your writing and stuff. It's not just like that's for kindergartners and shit. So I like it. And in more California news, once harassed by police, lowriders can cruise across California under a new law. Bro, what? So, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a law on Friday that lifts the restrictions on lowrider cruising, a cultural and artistic tradition developed by Latinos living in the Golden State. So that's how they spun it. That's how they got him to sign it. They're like, hey, Holmes, this is a cultural and artistic tradition of our people dating back at least 2 generations. Oh, well, I can't deny cultural tradition. No, you can't, dog. That would make you racist, Holmes. Assemblymember David Alvarez, who sponsored the legislation, called it a major win for Californians. Stieg says Gen Z can barely communicate in their own language past 1st grade level, worthless from start to finish. Well, but that's the thing. We've been doing stuff like we've been removing stuff from this educational curriculum that makes them less and less competent. And the less cognitively, the less pieces that you add to the machine, the less you've got going on, the less you can function. So this is injecting a little bit back into that. I only remember through cursive. I only remember enough cursive to be able to write my name, but I can still kind of read it. Bro, cursive is so easy. What are you talking about? Assemblymember David Alvarez, because it's like this, the letters are the same, right? It's just slight differences. and then you as a person can put your own spin on it, on how you write the letters. So like sometimes it doesn't matter if you know cursive, you still can't read the shit. Assembly member David Alvarez, who sponsors the legislation, called it a major win for Californians. On behalf of the thousands of advocates who supported this culturally significant legislation, the lowrider communities and car clubs from all over California, I would like to thank the governor for signing AB 436 into law. He said in a tweet, lowrider culture was developed by Mexican Americans in and around Southern California after World War II. And because, yeah, they took away the zoot suits, so they fucking came up with lowriders. Enthusiasts modified cars to ride lower to the ground and gave them elaborate, colorful paint jobs. Groups of lowriders would drive their vehicles low and slow through town, a pastime known as cruising. Huh. Through the years, some police officers harassed the lowriders, who were usually Latino, and broke up cruising events. California state law put limits on how low vehicles could ride, and cities and towns imposed their own cruising bans. Now Californians have a green light to both ride low and cruise. The new law lifts former restrictions that prohibited the body of a vehicle from riding closer to the ground than the bottom of its rims. It also rescinds the ability of cities and towns to impose their own cruising bans, which many had in place until recently, including Sacramento and San Jose. As we've already said, cruising isn't a crime. Jovita Arellano, president of the United Lowriders Coalition, told CBS 8, we're really happy that the state assembly members, the senators, and the governor have embraced our culture. That is really important to us. That's funny, dude. Orale, you don't want to be racist, right? These lowriders are a cultural tradition going back like at least 2 generations, Holmes. My dad did it. My granddad did it. Come on, dog. Don't you see the significance? The letters are the same pretty much. You just connect them. Yeah, they're a little more flowy. Like, you know, some letters are lowercase when they're uppercase. Shit gets it's pretty simple. They pulled me out of Catholic school in kindergarten. Okay, or maybe first grade. So they will now be closer to all the feces in California streets and roads. That's more of a specifically San Francisco thing. I don't know, and maybe LA. San Francisco, maybe LA. Definitely a San Francisco thing. Most places in California is pretty normal. It's not like a shit-infested state. It's just a couple regions that are really bad. Everyone else is pretty chill. Racismos. God bless V. Yeah, but it sucks when you're, hey, DVB, what's happening? It sucks when your car is low, when you're going over speed bumps. Yeah, when you're going over speed bumps. Oh, but that's why lowriders have bags. That's why they have bags on the car, so that they can psh, psh, and then the car just like boop, boop, goes over the bumps. And then once they're clear of the bumps, they psh, psh, bring it back down. That's why. That's why they have the bags, DVB. I never actually realized that until right now when you said that. And I was like, yeah, but, and I remembered the bags. Oh, that's what they're for. They're for when you need your car to be normal. So that's where the lowrider came into the picture. Or I guess the lowrider came into the thumbnail. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. They got some way of popping themselves up a little bit. But you know what? I'm going to take a hot second to do something real quick. I think it's about time. I think it's a good time to play a little
ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Helps me forget about my cancer.
Well, you said you brought me something. I figured. Okay, thank you, baby. So Jenny's here, and Sanji's on the couch. Hey, Sanji, what's up, bro? It looks like you're staring into the edge of oblivion from there. How does it look? Looks pretty wild, right? No, no! Ah! You went into the void. All right. So Jenny got me a food. I want to make... I have water. I was going to make a lemonade. Put some lemon step powder in here. Stunt Brat! You missed some cool stuff earlier that some people in the chat thought you might specifically like quite a bit. Darren, I just pop in to my worst song, Tennis Ball. You pop in the middle of tennis balls? That's great. Smoke it, my dude. No, Jenny showed up, so I wanted to open the door for her and say hi and stuff. You like V's? He's fun. Use like V's. He's fun. Okay, old school hydraulics. Yeah, hydraulics are the, that's right, that's old school. Bags are the new school stuff. All my friends know the lowrider. Wally Satan. Cool, hello, Jen, how are you? R.A.P. Sanji. A food. One food. Hey, Kai, and all in chat. Hey, Laszlo Panoflex. What's happening, y'all? Oh, man. It's nice. We got more of you in here now. So we already went through a bunch of stuff. A church where a mysterious man on a donkey built a magical staircase that no one can explain. And a cool fireman thing, video game news, California news, cursive handwriting being taught in schools, and what's it called? Lowriders being legal again. So yeah, we're almost through the articles, kind of. Kind of. I like that tennis ball song. Yeah, it fucking slaps. You need to go back and watch the staircase story, Stunt Brat. Darren, will do. Thanks. All right, I'm gonna play one more thing. If y'all, it's not that long, but I'm gonna wonder if this clip will be long enough. No. Let's play this. This one does not get enough love. This little guy tries hard too. He tries so hard. But he gets the same results every time. I almost made it. Okay, so what you looking for, baby? pen? No problem. All right, so I'm going to share with you guys the thing. I'm going to put myself big screen right now. I'm going to show you the thing that Jenny brought me. Do we need pins over here? What? You brought me this? So, Jenny brought me a Jack in the Box dank something or another. What is it? Oh, it's the thing. So it's a chicken strip in a hot dog bun, covered in French fries. Oh, with jalapenos. It looks like ranch and buffalo sauce. You know what? This looks tasty and all, but I can't eat this right now. I'm not high enough for something like that. Clearly. That was made for Harold and Kumar to make a fucking epic journey to retrieve. Or something like that. So let's pack one up. So this is what I predict is going to happen here. I'm going to pack a bowl. I'm going to die coughing. I'm going to come back, drink a little lemonade, and then try this dank chicken strip hot dog. Who built a magical staircase? St. Joseph, apparently. I was looking for a while. So, DVB, if you want to rewind for that story, or rewatch later, up to you. This French architect was building a church in New Mexico, but he did not finish building it. And the last thing he was supposed to build was a staircase or some way to get up to an upper level there for the choir or some shit. And so the nuns of the church, they prayed. And like we did for my grandma, my family prayed for 9 days after she passed. So the nuns prayed for 9 days, and they prayed, hey, God, by the way, you please, they prayed to St. Joseph specifically, if he could send somebody to finish the stairs. And at the end of the 9 days, somebody showed up on a donkey and built them the fucking stairs and then dipped without charging him any money. And no one can explain where he got the wood either. They went to the local lumberyard. They're like, nobody's bought wood from us. I was looking for a while. That story about the infinite stairway was cray-cray. Infinite stairway? That is a wild caricature of what I just described. Smith Hugs. Always nice to see you in the chat, my lady. Thanks, Laszlo. Yeah, I was just saying, I think on Monday that I missed seeing your face around here, Stunt Brat. Hey, you're making Nina's. I was also saying that about Rita. My Riri. Hey, you making Nina's stream tomorrow, Stunt Brat Smith, or lurking? Either way, Shannon, I'm thinking of you. Darren, I hope to be there. Hello, Jenny, says Darren. Hey, bud. Nice to see you back. I do try to pop in when I can, Laszlo. Cheers. Okay, that's a hot mess. Damn, that sounds pretty dope. Two completely opposite reactions to the thing. Oh, baby, there's. You want to dip it in here? Okay, baby. Cool. I'll pack a bowl too. Oh, that's right. That's right. I haven't even smoked a bowl yet, and I'm over here forgetting about it. All right. Try not to do a pre-show cough, Kai. Try not to do the pre-show cough. Perfect timing. Cool. Play this video and listen while you bowl and eat. DVB Kai. I think I saw the movie about the staircase. Yeah, there's a movie about it. That's right. You don't have Jack in the Box in New England. Yeah, it's mostly a West Coast thing. Even in the United States, it's not everywhere. Thanks, Guy. I missed you monkeys too. All right, everybody. I'm gonna play a clip that I freaking love. I'm gonna play this clip. Let's toke them up and maybe take a bite of this here hot dog sandwich chicken strip thing. All right, back in a sec.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Ready? See me commentage. Era. Fuck. No! Oh my god! 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 Pardon, if you're here, take a picture with me. I feel him. I literally have my hand.
David, do you hear me?
I have my hand on him.
David, do you hear me?
Holy god! Pardon, take a picture. Take a picture. Go, girl. I'm smiling. I'm sorry. You got it. Let me see. Oh my god! 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 The papers are moving! Oh my god! Oh my god! Pardon, if you're here, grab this from my hand! Oh! Oh my god! My god! My god!
Hey, baby, can you bring me a napkin? Thank you. So this thing is messy. All right, there we go. Oh yeah. I can touch my mouse and keyboard again. You know, that's actually something I was really good about as a kid. Other kids, right? Like I'd go to other kids' houses, their controllers and shit were always like just fucking covered in, they were just like dirty. They were just dirty, grimy. They were grimy. That's the word. They were fucking grimy. And the buttons didn't work right because they would like stick. They'd be like eating like fried chicken and then fucking grabbing their controller and playing and shit. So their controllers were grimy, bro. My controllers were never grimy. Whether I was 6 or 16, my shit was always clean. And it worked. Didn't have all these broken buttons and shit. Whoa, no. You gotta go. Not only are you up here while I'm eating, you immediately kicked my mouse and fucked up my sensitivity. No. Do a countdown. Yo, if the clip is playing, it's time. Kai, allow me to introduce you to Colonel Douglas McGregor, Army retired. Please play this video here. He wants this shared. The cartoon is part of Code Speak. It's a 20-minute video. How much of this am I supposed to play? There's no brighter praise for you other than degenerate of miscreants. Degenerates or miscreants. I know they have them in Texas. And then we could talk at almost the exact same time. That poor kid. Dude, yeah, that fucking video is great. Laszlo, you should look up that video. Invisible Kid Prank or something like that. Watch the whole thing, because that's not the whole thing. I didn't want to, take the whole fucking clip. But that thing is fucking funny. Like, in the end, they tell him that it was a prank. In the end, they tell him we could see the whole time. And he's like, what? And they explain it. He's, but how'd you guys do the picture? Picture earlier. And then there was a pause. He says, that was awesome. Like, he was impressed. Oh, maybe next time. Grimy, good word. Yeah, right? That was, as soon as I said grimy, I was like, that's the fucking word I was looking for. grimy. Sticking controllers, yeah, man. That's just nasty. I used to tell people like, bro, why is your controller so gross? It looks like a tasty beverage. I used to yell at kids too when they try to grab my fucking controllers, their nasty ass hands. I'd fucking slap it out of hands. Fucking use a napkin. I'd fucking grab it, clean it on my shirt. Bro, you're gonna fuck up my controller. Oh my god, I remember gross ass NES, SNES, N64 controllers. Now do that get how do that get that bad? Bro, I think it's because partially they weren't thinking about that when they were engineering the materials. Maybe that's a possibility. Also, that shit was all new. That was all new to us. That was the first time that all the kids were fucking playing this shit like that and playing with each other and all this stuff. It was the first time it was on that level. It became a part of the culture. And so I think, there wasn't etiquette. There was the kids who knew how to take care of their shit and the kids who didn't. And then now that we've all grown up, we teach the younger ones, hey, this is how you take care of this shit. This is how you take care of that shit. This shit is going to be worth money someday. I fucked mine up and I feel like an idiot for it. Take care of that. And they teach them how to take care of it. I didn't fuck my shit up. Some of it still got fucked up because I use it so much. But I think that's what happened. There is now a cultural foundation for it that allows for kids to learn how to take care of their shit better and to appreciate it differently too. Oh my god, I remember gross ass thing. Oh, that's expensive. It's expensive. So now parents go, hey, look, you little fuck. This cost me $60. This cost me $80, whatever. If you break this, I'm gonna use it to hang you from the closet. and then they became wireless and say, okay, look, you little piece of shit. And they had to think of all new threats. I will shove this down. You will eat this for dinner if you get. Until you shit this all into the toilet, you are not eating dinner. You got to keep them controllers clean. Sub this channel, folks. Thank you, DJ. I haven't checked to see. I don't know if I can check to see how many people watching live are subscribed or not. But I'm pretty sure everyone that watches is subscribed. And the people that aren't, they usually speak up. They're like, hey-o, what's this all about? Oh, the video. Ask Jen to listen to. Thank you, Laszlo. All right. Hold on. Start a poll because it's not what was in the plan. Do we watch DJ Lewis's video together? Yarp or NARP? Kids are sloppy these days. Ever found a peanut butter sandwich in your VCR? Yeah, that's fun. Oh my god. Add a side hustle, cleaning, refurbishing. No, I was the kid, like, in my house, as a kid, I was the one that programmed the VCR, that managed all that shit. Like, I was the technical one as a child. I had a side hustle cleaning, refurbishing old gaming consoles and controllers. You wouldn't believe was nasty shite gets stuck inside those things. That's why I never had kids, DJ Lewis. DVB, I dated a dude that would do that stupid crap and stomp and be a baby, and he was 35 at the time. That's ridiculous. Like, learn some fucking emotional control, bro. The best players, here's the thing. That's also an indication of how good he is, or in this case, is not. Because people who are really good at a game never get that bad. They never behave that way. If someone who's good at a game does not behave that way, guaranteed, at least 99% of the time, what I'm saying is accurate. Because generally, you get to a point where you are just bettering your craft. You get to a point where you lose and you go, fuck, I know where I fucked up. Or, oh, that was good. Or, oh, I've never, like, your attitude is different. People who suck at games They act like this. They act like that every time, and they gloat when they win because they suck. So they don't know what it's like to win. So when they do, they're like, yeah, fuck you. But Jenny also brought me french fries. It's also a red flag. Don't date guys like that. That's why there is a D on the end of the word date. The D is just the tip. Do or do not. There is no try. Yoda. Yep, nice Hot Fuzz reference. Yarp. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yarp. I see that shit in real life. People ask me yes or no questions. I'll say Yarp and I'll say Narp. Oh, it looks like Yarp is winning with most of the chat having already voted. I don't think the remaining votes can take it. All right, I'm going to end the poll. We are watching DJ Lewis's thing. All right, folks. Fasten your safety belts. We got to go on a ride. Turn off my camera for a second. All right. Bye, poll. My brother's name is Darren. Screw or screw not. There is no dry Ron Jeremy. All right, folks. Let's check this out. Let's see what DJ Lewis has lined up for us tonight.
To tell you that the Turks are quietly enraged by what they see happening would be an understatement. Mr. Erdogan is watching all this very carefully. He's raised questions about the carrier battle groups. The Iranians have said very little. The Iranians have said, certainly we support our brothers in Hamas, but the Iranians are not rattling any sabers, and they certainly aren't making any threats to Israel. On the other hand, everyone else in the region is. Hezbollah has said that if the Israelis go into Gaza in strength, as they have advertised, that Hezbollah will attack Israel. Well, the Hamas had 5,000 rockets to fire. Hezbollah has 40,000 rockets to fire. Hezbollah is infinitely better trained, much better forces, poses a real threat from the north. Then again, you have Syria, which is a weak state, but under certain circumstances, depending upon what the Israelis do, it is not impossible that the Turks will find a way to intervene.
Okay, so I'm just going to say, I'm pretty sure Israel, if they wanted to, could whoop everyone's ass around them. Everyone around them. They could just stomp on that ass all day, every day. Sorry, I took a bite of my sandwich.
And this brings me back to Egypt. Egypt has said it wants to remain neutral. And unfortunately, the Israelis have told them that if you send an aid convoy to Hamas, well, we will fire on it. We won't allow you in.
Okay, so I'll play a little something real quick from Instagram. And this is girl Leah. I don't know if y'all are familiar with her. I've been following her for a while. But
all of my roommates when I lived in New York City were Muslim and from Egypt. I have been trying to get a hold of one of them for a week, and I finally did. And he's in Egypt, which is perfect because I want to know the perspective is from his point of view and by some Egyptian point of view, because shit ain't adding up. And just as you probably expected, if you have a brain, there's a reason why Egypt doesn't let the Palestinians in, because there's so many.
So right there where he said that Israel said, "Hey, like, don't fucking send any aid." They probably didn't need to be told that. They were probably like, "Fuck yeah, we know." That's fine. I don't give a fuck. We don't let those guys into our country, so you do you, boo boo.
Any terror cells there that they cannot risk it. So they don't. This is the thing. They get money, billions of dollars a year. And Israel, who is their enemy, is still providing them with electricity and water and supplies. So where does all the money go? Oh, gee, I don't know. So just so you know, all these protests and you're going in our own capital, he said that they think that we are idiots because you're going in there and supporting something that you clearly don't understand. And Hamas is taking that as, oh, you're supporting what they do, which is to destroy Jews. That is what they want.
Okay, so with that out there, I'm gonna flip back over here to DJ Lewis's video. Now, let me hit the chat actually. The fuck? When did we start talking about with Swiss cheese? War sucks. Love you, stunt. Actual war. However, the band war that sings the lowrider song they rule. Thank you for making that distinction, DVB. I truly appreciate that, and I'm pretty sure War does too. Samson option. Kennedy got geeked a few weeks later after he demanded Israel divulge the details of the capacity of their nuclear armament. Ooh, that I have heard something about Israel being involved, actually. I forgot what it was about, but I haven't really hit the Kennedy stuff in quite a while. That's a good one to keep out there, keep in people's memory. Backing any side is more division, like a football team where both sides lose. As far as if you have a brain, everybody has a brain. I don't know, man. Some people make you wonder. We're going down this road tonight. Okay, I suggest you all watch Sammy Agog's latest stream. He had some interesting thoughts on the subject. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. We're not really diving too deep into this tonight. But there are things like how good their border security is, and yet fucking dudes in parachutes were able to just drop in and no one noticed. It's a little fishy. Believe it or not, there is actually a woman speaking during this bouncing breast video. See, no one wants these videos. Yeah, she very much plays the like, I'm hot, so you will pause to fucking when you're scrolling, and then she starts dropping like whatever she finds relevant at the time to be talking about. See, no one wants these people. Honestly, though, if she dressed like a nun, that wouldn't change anything. Yeah, she'd be busting out of whatever she's wearing. See, no one wants these people. And Biden said for them to come here, the reason for the Capitol getting overrun. Israel design Intel computer chips with Minix operating system inside the chip. Intelligence spying inside. Ooh. Really? I didn't know about that. You best get every one of those sympathizers deported quick. Oh, hey, man. Hey, thumbs up. Oh, thumbs up. Hey, Subrag, great to see you. You might remember the artist formerly known as Citizen333. Definitely remember you. These people will delete you if in your sleep if you're lucky. Planned. Aw, thanks, DVV. Nobody forgets Stump Rat Smith. She's an angel. They let them in the same way they're letting into the United States, thousands crossing the border, all males over 18. Yeah, the border situation is way funky. Babbage, isn't Jared Kushner an owner of that ship company? All right, let's move on with the clip. We're only a minute in.
That would be catastrophic.
That's like 10%. No, 1 minute and a half. Never mind.
And now they've already tried to push as many of the Palestinian refugees that are in Gaza into Egypt. That hasn't worked because the Egyptians have no place to put them. And if you put them into the Sinai, how are they going to be housed? We're about to go into the winter. Where are they going to live? Ideally, Saudi Arabia and the Emirates.
Which, like we said earlier about Egypt, they don't want them anyway.
Emirates have always had the resources to resettle these people. There's not much the Israelis can do to make the situation in Gaza better for the people that live there. There are problems inside Gaza that are actually independent of the Israelis. At the same time, Israel really does
2.0.
And he must have got dragged in. Turks will find a way. The Emirates have always had the resources that are actually independent of the Israelis. At the same time, Israel needs to reassure itself that everyone in the region around them does hate them. They need to understand that. And you don't give your neighbors that hate you an excuse to attack you. So focusing like a laser on Gaza is important, but you've got to be careful what you actually do because it could get worse. And I would not rule out if Egypt is somehow or another dragged into this, if they are attacked in some way by the IDF, and I hope to God they are not. I think that the first person to visit the Egyptian government will be Mr. Erdogan, with a promise of immediate military assistance and support. I think that would be the end of it. And the question is, what do we do? And we're not as strong as we were. You know, I keep trying to tell people this in Washington, and even Europeans don't see it. I sometimes think everyone believes that the world stopped in 1991 and that the kind of power that we had then, we still have today. And that's not true. The forces that fought then don't exist today. Our forces are in very poor shape, certainly in no shape to fight a major opponent in a regional war. So the outlook is grim right now for Israel, but it depends on leadership. I think that Mr. Ned.
That's a good point. What he says about people's perception of strength and power and everyone's kind of geopolitics and stuff. I speak the truth, stunt. Hey, old man Kai, says Kronos. Hey, Kronos, how you doing, buddy? I think I'll take the driver's seat for a minute. Why the hell not? The other guy's eating some weird hot dog anyway. Did you hear what he said? Yeah, I've been listening to this guy talk. Hey, stunt brat. If Kushner owns that company, he is well inside the intelligence system. It always amazes me how very tiny this whole Gaza area is. Yes. Some men say the same thing about the anatomy. I'm just on to terrorists. I'm just on into. Not into, got it. Babbage, look up his company in his 666 Manhattan address. It is like going to war for an area the size of a Walmart parking lot. No fucking shit, are you serious? It's that small? What's so damn important about it? Tell the old dude to listen to this man. What do you think, old dude? Well, Palestine wasn't a country. They're not being occupied. It was an unoccupied region. Not occupied. It was an what's the damn word? For if you declared yourself a territory or whatever. It was just a bunch of land. There were people living there. But yeah, it's not like they have some long historic claim or anything like that. They were just there. But they weren't a country. but they think they were because of propaganda. So, love old man Kai, thank you. Sometimes I try to convince the other guy that I should just run the damn show. But then he tells me to make a thumbnail and it all falls apart. Bless the old man. Thank you, Darren. All right, I'm going to play the damn video again. Bring the young guy back. Hey-o.
Who is scheduled for removal. I just don't know when that will happen. But the Israelis have to tread carefully. However much they hate what has happened to them, however much grief they're suffering, and I certainly sympathize with them, equally disgusted, but reason has to triumph over emotion. So they need to think carefully through this thing. It's not easy.
That also brings us to conflicts within NATO. But before we go into that,
that's the thing. A lot of people get swept up in emotion. They don't think about, tactically, etc. That's why all this 9/11 stuff kind of started to proliferate much, much later. Even though everything was in front of people, everyone was swept up in emotions.
That do you think Ukraine is set up to be an Israel 2.0?
Wait, what was it?
Well,
we'll go into that. Do you think Ukraine is set up to be an Israel 2.0?
Good question.
Well, I don't know. I think that Ukraine is set up to die at this point. Let's be frank. Sending weapons and equipment there, it's not going to change anything at this point. We want to say we just offloaded 8 HIMARS vehicles. These are the rocket artillery launchers. We have identified 1,000 ATACMs. These are long-range Army tactical missiles that reach out to 300 kilometers with great accuracy. We're going to give those to the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians will use them. What will it do? Nothing. It's not going to change the outcome. It may make the Ukrainians feel good if they're lucky enough to hit a target that kills some Russians from time to time or destroys infrastructure. It's not going to change the outcome of the war. In fact, if anything, it could make matters worse for the Ukrainians. The Russians will double down and make life that much worse for them. So Ukraine is finished.
Damn. That's such a harsh, well, Ukraine's just set up to die at this point. They're just going to get run over and wrecked. We're just dragging it out. Wait. Huh? It's beach property. Everyone wants it. It's about the size of California Island. Oh, Catalina Island. Oh, Catalina Island. That's much bigger than a Walmart parking lot. Much bigger. I don't have kill 'em all focuses. Hi, Orway. Wow. Puts things into perspective. The people were squished down to the Walmart size parking lot. There are 3 million people in that parking lot. Oh, okay. That is crazy. Interesting what CBS says about 666 Manhattan dropping Russians and Chinese into the mix. You can always tell when there's an agenda when all the media focuses on one thing. Yes, agreed. Very rarely does all the media focus on one thing and it's not an agenda. It's just like, oh shit, look what's happening. At least these days. Bad shocking that more peeps don't know about that. Don't trust the MSM. Like how all the media jumped on the Ukraine side. Well, the thing is, it's CBS. Like if people like me, let's say, who don't watch TV, we're not going to know what's being said on TV. Unless it goes viral and then it pops up on the internet where I watch stuff. Anyone stroke the Joe? Like how all the media jumped on the Ukraine side? Media needs to spin narratives for ratings to gain commercial profits. The IDF was told to stand down for 7 hours while Hammy snuck in and decreased those 1,500 people. Yeah, so about this specifically, there used to be a provision about in a media law. There used to be a provision that said that companies had to provide objective news, not opinionated news, not entertainment, but actual news that needed to be distinct from entertainment, because I don't remember what it was. There was an inciting incident. There was something that got, there was like a mix up between people didn't know what was news and what wasn't news, and what was entertainment, so they made that law. So then companies would have a news division, and that news division would just do the news, and they would always lose money. News divisions just lost money. And companies were just like, nope, that's what we need. We need that thing there, losing money, because we don't want to break that law. That law's fucked up. Like, that law's going to come after us hard. I don't want to be the example that breaks that law, until someone got them to strike down to get rid of that provision. I don't remember if it was just that provision of that law. But once that's gone, then the news divisions now have to turn a profit. And that's what changed things to being the way they are now, where you can't trust anything that you see on the news. The IDF was told to stand down for 7 hours while Hammy snuck in and deceased those 1,500 people. That's fucked up. This should have been ended before it started. Yeah, agreed. Who is clanking? Oh, that's probably me with a tea. Not tea, lemonade. Nobody really trusts M.F.S and mainstream media news. Just old boomer holdouts that think their willful ignorance of the situation will never catch up to them. Babbage. Also, Kushner waited for that 666 address building to come up for sale. Paid several million above value to get it. Six does that as well. I get my news on YouTube. The jig is up. The news is out. They finally found me. Let me see. There are better places. Kronos, agreed. Yes, but the Smith-Mundt Act, no propaganda. That was it. The Smith-Mundt Act. Thank you, DJ Lewis. I dislike Styx, but I own him a honored debt I cannot repay. I dislike Styx, but I owe him an honor debt that I cannot repay. Why? How is that? What's the story behind that? In 2012, Obama signed the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act, making it legal for news channels, all media, to lie to you without losing their FCC license. Thanks, Obama. Thanks, Obama. I love saying thanks, Obama. Still today, for shit, in this case, yeah, thanks, Obama, but I love saying it for shit he has nothing to do with. That shit is always fun. I always have trust issues. He's Rick. Obama signed the thing saying propaganda can be used on the people of the U.S. Trump could have repealed that, should have repealed that. Why do I wonder if he was even aware of that, if his kind of focus was elsewhere, you know what I mean? If maybe he's probably like, why are they allowed to tell all these lies? Isn't that illegal? Sir Obama said, thanks, Obama. All right. Well, I'm for re-election, so I guess in my next term I'll do that. And then we all know what happened. Why do I want to listen to Pieces of 8? Why listen to Pieces of 8 when you could listen to One Piece? One Piece. Yeah, go watch One Piece. I listen to peeps that aren't green all the time. But he did not. Man is the anti-crispy dude. You watch and see the one mentioned in the Bible. Anti-crispy dude. Someone dislikes burn victims? He introduced me to Pete's channel. Without Pete, I wouldn't have met all my wonderful friends. Who introduced Pete's channel? Styx. Who is Styx? I thought you meant like a musician. Yes, he knew. That's why he said fake news. Okay. Old man Kai is running. Oh, this is an old man Kai. Oh, I wish there's this whole thing about how you got to be born in the United States, and I was born before the United States, so it's not possible. It's a stupid rule. But I can repeal it, some foreigner could come in here and yeah, I get it, but I technically can't run. That sucks. One of the first big cases where Discovery Channel had that mermaid show that was a fake documentary. They didn't state that clearly in the show. Yeah, dude. That was lame. One of the first big cases. So that was just after that law was passed, huh? Yeah, that was a while ago. That's crazy. You know who Styx is? Kai, you're fired. That's what I thought. Styx. I thought, wait, like a person on YouTube, right? Not like Styx, like the rock band. Hold on. Styx. All right. Back to this. Is this an AI bot? No, this is a guy. This is an interview, but somebody animated the stuff for it. I demand a wrench. It is kind of strange that you don't have one, but I also don't give wrenches to people who ask for them. The last time I did, it ended up being a douchebag. So, which is why I don't do it, because I was like, everyone who asks for a wrench, I shouldn't give them a wrench. Like anyone who asks for a wrench. I found Pete through Montegraph's room raid. A happy raid just to boost subs. Nice. Well, Wayward Son is Canis. Styx is Renegade. I'm too cheap for a wrench. That's such a long fucking question, guy. I was waiting for him to finish so I could pause. Oh, son of a bitch. I forgot I muted it during the clip.
I think it's be like us. But we didn't pick one with a brain with sat down and said, this is not going to produce success with the Russians. We're terms. We said, well, financial power is equal. We down and make life that much worse. For a target that kills some Russians from time to time or destroys and could make matters worse. There's not much it can do. Somebody needs to step up and say enough's enough. We won't do it. No one in Washington is going to stand up and say, you know, we made a terrible mistake. You know, we were wrong. Russia isn't weak. We always thought in financial terms. We said, well, financial power is equal dollars on a spreadsheet. Not really. Real economic power stems from resources, cheap oil, gas, minerals.
Honestly, I kind of like being a wrench sometimes when like there's an asshole in the chat. And we're like, you know, sometimes there's someone just being a shit. And when that happens, I like being a wrench. Because when it happens and I'm not a wrench, just gotta deal with this fucking douchebag in the chat. And trust Eliteists, you shouldn't. Though in many ways, wise you are. What? Kai, you are the sweetest. Kai, you are the sweeties of sweethearts, but much still you have to learn. Thank you, Man Ray. Though in many ways, wise you are. Although when you're a wrench, you can always get derwrenched. I mean, yeah, but generally, you know, if you're wiling out, if you're out of line, you get derwrenched. You know what I mean? Wrench brings out my bratty side. Yeah, sometimes I get it. I know what you mean. Yeah, that's a good point. Not gonna lie, I'm a terrible wrench. I could be a wrench. You could. Get
foodstuffs. What is Russia in abundance? All of the above. No one thought that through, and no one understood the Russians.
I feel like I should have just removed the chicken strip from the hot dog thing, dipped it in some barbecue sauce, and just eaten the chicken strip. Now I feel off.
The Russians, gosh, are different from us. They react differently. They think differently. You would have thought someone with a brain would have sat down and said, this is not going to produce success with the Russians. But we didn't care. Washington never cares what others think because we see ourselves as the men in the white hats. We have all the answers. And the answer is be like us. Be like us. Join us. It's almost as bad as Genghis Khan, who used to say, join us or die. Well, we say, join us or starve. Join us or go broke. Join us or we'll sanction you and we'll make you miserable. I think the world's tired of it. It's over.
I think the West has this, well, I see this in Sweden, this idea that everybody wants to be like us. And the only reason they're not is because they haven't progressed that far yet. But they're striving to be like us and have our decadent.
Okay, so settle my tummy. Grab some cookies. Wench, not wrench. Or wretch. What Russia stuff are we talking about? We're watching this interview. Douglas McGregor, Russian army disbanded. But yeah, we're watching this interview with this guy who's kind of talking about all the current politics and geopolitics and whatnot. I kind of threw all the articles already. I have any science, but we're kind of doing and more right now. High carb overdosed. No, I removed most of the French fries and stuff. It was just it was like too much like mayonnaise or whatever the fuck was on there. It was, I don't know, something. Just you're wise not to give me a wrench. It probably won't end well. Hi, Vigilante. Hey, stunt. Gonna grab an Irish whiskey for Shane. The government doesn't care about you. These guys kind of sound like NWO agents and the elites. Well, because they're explaining stuff on that level. They're explaining about, okay, well, this is just a game at this point because these are the resources that they have, and this is what's here. He's questioning the authority on all sides. You're an equipment May.
Values and I think it's the same in the US. I've lived in the US and I've seen the same sort of mentality. Do you think this could also mean the end of NATO? I mean, I'm thinking of all the new tension with Turkey, for example. Turkey is still blocking Sweden's entry into NATO, and the Hungarians are on the same side as well. But I mean, with the Israel thing now and Sweden always following the US, supporting Israel, and the Turks maybe supporting the other side. I mean, does this work in a military alliance like that?
In January of 2022, I was interviewed by Dimitri Slimes. He's a well-known...
You see what I mean about how long that question was? Because earlier the sound was off, apparently. I need more vodka, says Kronos. My government gave me money to look for jobs. About bloody time. Been paying taxes for 40 plus years. Does anyone here dip your fry in mayo? Soros sucks.
Russian historian.
Ukraine not news. Quick start war somewhere else.
Historian, thinker, political scientist. He's retired now, not far from where I live. And he asked me about this question of NATO, and I said, NATO will not survive this crisis. And I stuck by that. I never thought it would. First of all, NATO was never designed to wage offensive warfare. It wasn't. It was always designed to defend Western civilization, Western Europe. Suddenly we expanded it and kept expanding it with the goal of trying to turn Russia, ultimately, into a facsimile of what you just described, Sweden or something else.
Yeah, see, we could have just left Russia the fuck alone. And all the Baltic states, everything like that. And then just keep NATO just as a defensive team effort, you know? Everything probably would have been fine.
Without regard to what Russian interests are, Russian history, culture.
It is. This man is very intelligent. And he is a colonel, army retired. And he has an insane amount of pull with the legalities of the bees going on now. Oh, of the BS going on
civilization. Now. It's all failed. And the failure in Ukraine is going to have a profound impact on the rest of the alliance. Members of the alliance are privately realizing that they exist to do whatever we want them to do. Well, that's not what the alliance was about. Remember that Eisenhower was very reluctant to become part of NATO. He didn't want it. And he said, if NATO still exists in 10 years, this is when it was founded, that would have put them in the early 60s, then we failed. The whole idea is bad. It failed because we have not found a better way forward with the Soviet Union. Now, that was 1955, 56, Eisenhower. Here we sit. And this thing has endured. It's endured largely after 1992.
Almost 70 years now.
Because we wanted it to. And we convinced our European allies that they needed it. And they tended to agree because they saw some benefit to being part of NATO. They said, Well, we have another channel to Washington, D.C. There's a way for us to extract goodness and benefits. After all, the Americans will come here and defend us, and we don't have to spend as much on defense. We can also work trade deals and other things because of our cooperation through NATO.
He wants some things changed, and legally speaking, this man may be our last hope of getting some government things removed. Yeah, it's a lot of it is about awareness. If people don't have an awareness of things that are happening, they can't fix it. They can't get rid of it. And it's people like this that have awareness and speak eloquently on subjects are how we get change. Fucking elitists. Get everyone in NATO, all Europe countries' military is then UN owned and controlled. Blah, blah, blah. Can I say cunt here? Yes. Those in power never give up power. Trump is not going to save anyone. If you want that crap to stop or chill here in the US, people are going to have to step up. We are at a serious point now. Greed, Babbage, it's hard to wrestle power back. Woohoo! Yeah, we've been power's been slipping out of the people's hands over the last couple decades. Just in little bits here and there, big bits here and there.
Well, that's gone by the wayside.
Oh wow, all your mods are tonight. Yeah, Babbage, Vigilante, DJ Lewis. Not all, but I got a few of you guys here tonight. Biden is? Biden is what? You young folks will be the last to critically think anymore, and the blue hair people are not too much help. They are no help. What the fuck are you talking about?
Who wants to be part of an alliance that drags you into a war with a country that is not your enemy in behalf of another country that is irrelevant to you, that's not even in your alliance? I mean, that's effectively what's happened. It's not because anybody loves or hates Ukrainians or loves or hates Russians. These are just facts. So I think the Swedes ought to send off a thank you note to Mr.
That's a good point. That's a good point about Ukraine. Ukraine isn't part of NATO. NATO shouldn't be helping Ukraine. There's no point. What's the purpose? They're not a member state. Additionally, there's where's the investment? Why? What the fuck did Russia do? So then Russia starts cutting off their power and doing shit like that. Because he's like, yo, we're not at war, but like, stop it. Fuck off. This ain't your business.
Orban,
legally speaking,
in Hungary, and he even sent a thank you note.
The sixth psyop, amongst many things, are to prevent the people from really acting against the government. January 6th. Okay, the 6th, the January 6th psyop. Power stopped watching news. Social media controls people, except for those who still have a brain. The thing is, social media has everything on it. So it can be used to control people. But if you are in control of your own, what you're taking in, what you're learning and looking at, the channels that you follow, etc., you can still regulate some degree of, you can still regulate the information that you're exposed to, and you can more easily find things that are along the lines of what you're looking for. You just have to, excuse me, you have to be very intentional. There are more than 2 points to every story. You can change your hair.
Note of sorts to Mr. Erdogan with the PS, how would you like all of our Muslims?
You know what? I want to smoke another bowl, so I'm going to go off camera.
Yeah, I thank him every day. I mean, the Swedish politicians are, of course, as stupid as the rest of them. And they're always late to the game. So they want desperately to join this alliance, just like they want to join the euro, which is also a dying project. What would a NATO membership even look like for Sweden, do you think? Would it be more than
you have
American nuclear weapons?
It's funny that Sweden, like, why the fuck would Sweden want to join NATO? Who's gonna fuck with Sweden? Then again, I guess they do. They don't have a big army. They're not like a big tough country. You know, if someone just wants to fuck with Sweden, what are they gonna do about it? It makes sense. You know what? NATO makes sense for like smaller countries. For like, let's say, in One Piece, the Yonkos, the essentially the crime lords of the pirate world, the big four. There's 4 of them, and they each have kind of a different kind of an armada or fleet. Their fleets are different. The Beast Pirates is all like tough, strength oriented and animal based. The Big Mom, it's all family and sweets. But with Shanks, his whole fleet is all weak people. It's all weak ass people who would normally get wrecked in the New World. But he is strong enough to carry them. He is strong enough that they fly his flag and nobody fucks with them. So within that context, NATO is viable because there's all these little countries that like don't have aspirations to conquer and fight, and they don't have a big army. They have a little bit, but like really, what are they going to do? That's when you do something like NATO. You get a couple bigger countries, you get a bunch of little countries, you bring them together, go, okay, let's all, if someone fucks with you guys, we got your back, Let's all have each other's backs. We all contribute to this, etc., etc. That's when something like that makes sense. So, anyway.
Obviously, everybody immediately says, well, then you are part of the nuclear umbrella. But I have not been convinced for many decades that
the fact that we all come together and interact is proof that they do not have 100% control. That is correct, Manta Ray. That is what I think black belt people maybe is some kind of not something at the forefront of their minds. Might have had something to do with Biden's son being a crooked CEO for a major Ukrainian energy producer. Laszlo, that's just another conspiracy theory. EU is a joke.
The States would risk nuclear confrontation with a major nuclear power over a village somewhere in Poland or a small town in Germany or France or anywhere else. I just don't see it. Now, there's another portion of this, though, that is very dangerous. The Finns, whom I always viewed as at least rational in the sense that they understood the value of neutrality and they'd managed to avoid all these wars since the Second World War, would never have even thought seriously about joining NATO. But now they've not only joined NATO, but they seem to be receptive to the idea that the U.S. military will establish a base in northern Finland within short range or striking distance of Murmansk, Archangel. What a disaster. I mean, why would you do that? I keep asking them all the time, are there Russian forces massing on your border? Did you capture plans from the Russian general staff in Moscow indicating
That's funny. Babbage, everything is a conspiracy in 2023. That's so true, because if it's true, it's a conspiracy theory. And so if it's a conspiracy theory, it's probably true. So everything is a conspiracy theory in 2023. NATO, good for naught. They make making weapons sales. You want in NATO, you have to agree to immediately upgrade all your armaments. Billions of money. Billions of monies. Troll lives matter.
An imminent plan to overrun Finland? I mean, after all, the war with Finland went so well the last time. Why wouldn't the Russians want to repeat that experience? It's just stupid. It's back to this question of why would the Russians want to rule Lithuanians, Latvians, Estonians, Finns, Swedes, anybody? Forget it. It's a lot of trouble. The Warsaw Pact became as much of a vanity project over time as NATO has been a vanity project for Washington.
Another theory is there are 26 biolabs in Ukraine, and Putin hit go button when Turkey told him the Ukrainians asked Turkey to put bioweapons sprayers on the drones. That is a possibility, I can imagine. There's also a lot of esoteric stuff going on in Ukraine. There's a lot of UFO activity in Ukraine. There's just stuff happening in Ukraine. There's a lot going on there. Conspiracy theory doesn't mean it's untrue. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, because these days, so many things are coming true that were formerly conspiracy theories, that now the conspiracy theories are actually true. And then if you think something is a conspiracy theory, it's probably true. And if you think something is true, chances are the conspiracy theory is that that's a red herring for you to not see the truth. Hence, there's a conspiracy theory behind it. Cunt lives matter? How's your sandwich, Didish, I'm thinking?
I mean, let's face it. You know, by the time the British left India in 1947, India was a vanity project for the British Empire. They were no longer extracting the huge benefits from their colony that they once had. That's one of the reasons they left. You know, of course, their debt to GDP ratio in 1947, thanks to us, was 240%. Well, our debt to GDP ratio is up over 120, 125%. People say, well, that's not very much. Yeah, but there's a difference. We're talking about a $33 trillion sovereign national debt. And if I went into the details about privately held debt and foreign held debt and so forth, suddenly it would dawn on everyone, this is a catastrophe.
We have 800 and some bases all over the world. U.S. military, 85% of the 197 countries. Why trust me? Other countries just like America. Gotcha. Just like sinking the Titanic was to remove those bankers against having a federal bank. Yeah. Yeah. There's always some level of things that we're not seeing or we won't see for quite a while. The term conspiracy theory was literally coined by the CIA. You know, the guys that are balls deep into international conspiracy, and it was coined around the JFK assassination, and everything that people were saying turned out to be 100% true. So
we're in a very different position. Everybody says, well, you know, we've been down this road. We had problems in 2008. We had problems in 1994. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States is no longer the nation it was then. And the level of indebtedness is astronomical. We didn't face this in the past. So I think anyone who thinks they're going to benefit enormously or strategically from joining NATO at this stage, who lives in Europe, probably ought to seek therapy.
Can't you see Turkey coming to the rescue of Sweden when Russia attacked?
Oh, I think once they realize that they can go up there and do what they're...
I love that he tells me to seek therapy. Like, seek therapy. You're literally so far beyond logic. You're in some kind of an emotional snow globe.
You know, co-religionists are doing, especially with all the lovely and attractive people in Sweden. I'm sure they'd be delighted. But no, you're right. It's absurd. And the Turks know that privately. They are a paper-only member. Their views, their agenda is 180 degrees out from us. The only thing that we should be interested in as Americans, frankly, to the extent that we can have them, is good relations with the Turks, simply because they are the 800-pound gorilla in the Middle East. Now, that may or may not always be possible, but we should seek that. But the notion of making them an ally and expecting them to come to our aid, I mean, you know, this is something President Trump said when he was in Japan. He said, this is a wonderful country. He says, I'm so impressed with it. Why are we defending Japan? Japan can defend itself. And oh, by the way, there's no agreement on the part of the Japanese to come to our aid in the event that we are attacked. It's a one-way street. So, you know, Americans are waking up slowly to these.
Welcome to the party, pal. As Fed once said, the check has come due. As Fed once said, the check has come due. I miss Fed, but I don't think he's coming back this... What are you talking about? Fed was here in the chat, like, the other night. What do you mean you don't think Fed's coming back? When they say debt, who do they owe money to? That's what he said. a couple minutes ago was that if he broke it down into national and private debt, people would know shit's fucking wild. Oh, what? Bro, Justin Proper, I was literally thinking of calling you earlier today, and then I looked at the time, I said, yeah, he's probably at work. But it's fucking Thursday. You were probably free. It's probably your day off, son of a bitch. Dude, say hi, bro. I was going to reach out just because I haven't talked to you in a minute. How you doing? Thank you for the super chat. Tell Stieg that there are attractive people in Sweden. Do it on air. See how well that goes. That's fucking funny, bro. All right, well, thank you for the super chat, Justin. And this clip only gets played when I get a super chat or a donation on Ko-fi or a new subscriber or something like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, away we go.
Who has Down syndrome has wanted to be a cop since he was a kid.
You know why I pulled you over?
'Cause I was speeding?
No, 'cause you're black.
A few minutes later.
This nigga just did a fucking cartwheel.
That's all, folks.
I was gonna try to smoke a bowl, but I didn't have anything ground up. That was a bummer. All right. Let me scoot up here. Paper turkey, isn't that called origami? Seriously, UFOs were considered total schizo material just 20 years ago. Now you've got the goddamn DOD admitting they're real and they can't do anything about it. I know, right? That's fucking crazy. BRB, need a quick drink. Tennis balls? I have not played tennis balls tonight. No, I did play tennis balls. Stunt Brat came in the middle of it. Good video. Big ups for DJ for sharing this with us. Yeah, thank you, DJ. Smoke them if you got them. Try to smoke a bowl. You tried. That was a wonderful clip. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. It's like I fucking love that clip, and it was so much fun to make. And like even just when I thought of it, I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna have fun making this one. I love that clip, but I only play it when I get donations and super chats and stuff. I was reading UFO stuff in the 60s, Adamski, etc. Justin, I just got you some candy corn. Oh no, please, whatever you do, do not show tennis bowls. I already played tennis balls tonight. I only play it once a night. If you're here for it, you're here for it. If not, you can rewind. Even if you, I say you're like a tennis balls. I say I already played tennis balls, and you react like this.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious? What? You fucking cockfucker! What the fuck you think you're doing?
Sneezing.
Fucking filthy, dirty, fucking cockfucker!
You can still go back and watch tennis balls. I haven't deprived. Don't worry, I'm not depriving the people of the tennis balls. But if you want to actually throw tennis balls in the chat, like so. Boom, like that. See, if you want to do that, Justin, let me pull this down. See, let me make myself big. There we go. Look at those tennis balls. If you want to do some shit like that, Justin, you gotta subscribe for the low price of $2.99 or $3.99. What is it? $2.99. You can get tennis balls. Not one, not two, but 3 tennis balls when you type tennis ball in the chat. It will not make me sad because that kid is so annoying. How is he annoying? He's just singing a song, trying to forget about his problems. Watch this man every day. I have learned a lot in the past couple weeks. I have been subbed. The video, this channel that I'm following? All right. You know what's funny? You know that people aren't thinking clearly, or that this is absolutely an agenda thing, because Sweden, if they were like, okay, so you want us to join NATO, protect us from Russia, they could just go with Russia. They could just go to Russia, approach Russia directly and say, hey, can we get like a written agreement, like a peace agreement that you're not going to fuck with us? Yeah, okay, I don't see why not. I like Sweden. Pretty girls. Not as pretty as Russia, but we'll sign. So, like, why couldn't they just do that? Isn't that actually the most peaceful thing to do? What's going on here? Well, on the bright side of all this, I've been vindicated in my local friend circles. I was always a crazy UFO conspiracy guy since the late 90s. But now they think I'm a wizard or shit. Now that is George Adamski. Now that is interesting. Check where Adamski is buried. It is good to be knowledgeable. Just say it in the chat. I'm not going to go do an extra link. We're already over time and not done with this video. Is it good to be knowledgeable about stuff so your sense of humor stays true? Yes. Yes, true. It is good. The more if you are not informed, you will stop being funny. I'll forgive the kid because he's better than those mumble rappers. True. Okay, tennis balls and zombie Jonathan is a no for you, Stunt Pratt Smith K. Got it. No, I'm a brat. And tell me, isn't it nice to just listen instead of vetting all the daily lies? Tennis balls is sacred. Only one time a show. I'm a secret wizard. I like funny. Darren, you got it. Same here, Tipsat. I've met only one Swedish person I liked. She was half Swedish, grew up there, but she hated it there and hated that side of her family. Even Stieg approved. That's funny. Girls are hot there. Whoops. I forgot I gotta bring this back up.
Tell my German friends is that the solution for Germany is to be German. Stop.
Oh, man. Okay, let's come back to Germans in a second.
Trying to be some sort of Euro nation that exists to, do penance in perpetuity for its role in the Second World War. Oh, by the way, Adolf Hitler could never have done anything without Joseph Stalin. But no one ever brings that up. Now, the Russians aren't going to apologize for Stalin. I think it's time for the Germans to stop apologizing and just be Germans. Germany's a perfectly reasonable, rational, logical country. It had 12 years, roughly, with a maniac in charge. We all know that. That's unfortunate. It's over. Go back before that, and Germany was a very wonderful country. It's a wonderful country now, but they've got to think about their own interests. I would tell the Swedes to do the same thing. And just because you're a nationalist doesn't put you in opposition to someone else outside your country. That's nonsense. It just means that you identify core national interests that are uppermost in the minds of Swedes or Germans or Frenchmen.
Yeah, I didn't cover the 3D printing stuff. I could cover those articles real quick after this video, or we could talk about that on Monday. Let me know I'll just run a poll. Oops. Okay, there we go. Start poll. Top chat. Live chat. Guess I missed the 3D printing stuff. Okay, so back to the video.
By all means, do that. Then decide how far you want to go. Just how far you're willing to mortgage your security.
This is the worst episode of South Park I've ever seen, says Justin.
To someone else. And I think if they do that, you'll end up with a better solution than this thing called NATO, because NATO's outlived its utility.
Yeah. You know what the solution is to the national debt? Pay it off. And the government will never be able to borrow a dollar for generations again.
I don't know. I think what you could have, though, is that you could have an international debt summit. And the people, of course, standing in the way are all bankers.
Yeah.
Because they will not profit.
That's right.
So I think that's something worth doing. I think that a lot of that can be done, but at the same time, you don't want to write it all off, because we need to restore fiscal discipline to our countries. We've spent ridiculously profligate. Our thinking has been foolish. So we need to develop the discipline we once had, and I think we can do that. So you don't want to erase the entire debt, because that'll force you down a better road. That's my view.
I like that. As fiscal responsibility means taking responsibility.
And
at the same time, there are some countries that I feel like they should write off some of their debts, like this stuff with China, where it's like it's straight up criminal stuff. They're like, no, fuck that, fuck you, China. This was not made with the interest of the people. Done.
Actually, you could get going again. The Germans renounced the debt.
Kronos, I'm too lazy to pull. Is that what you tell the ladies? Is that what you tell the ladies? No. You know why? Because this is what you want.
Hey, somebody come get her. She dancing like a stripper. Hey, somebody come get her. She.
What? What have that bankers done for us? My kitties are going crazy back here. What have the bankers done for us except back all sides of wars? Yeah, right?
In 1932 and 33 that they owed to other people. They said,
just get rid of the bankers, save every country.
That's it. Gone. And
that would kind of have a very definitive effect, wouldn't it?
If they hadn't foolishly gone to war, they were on the verge of an enormous age of prosperity. Yeah. And it's unfortunate. And this is true for us. It's true for everybody. War is overrated as a business proposition. I wish people would wake up and understand that. There are a lot of sunken costs in all that military equipment. I mean, how do you profit from it? You want to resell it? Maybe you'll resell some of it, but you're not going to get much return on your investment. So you only want to build what you really need.
Okay, so Douglas McGregor is the channel that you're talking about. Begin your journey. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. In our YouTube channel, Begin Your Journey, we cover the highly proven. Oh, it's not. That doesn't work. Okay, the highly proven investing strategies by famous real estate experts, millionaires, and author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, and famous real estate expert and millionaire Ken McElroy regarding finance, real estate, and upcoming crashes. That's what this fucking channel is about. Douglas McGregor. Is it all? Is this all Douglas McGregor? Did this channel recently change its focus or something? Because it doesn't have that many videos. It has 50,000 subscribers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it has 50 videos. The oldest one being 1 month ago. Playlists, communities, videos. Yeah, it looks like this channel recently changed its focus. Because we follow Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, and all this other shit. But fucking real estate investing, Learn real estate investing with the expert millionaire Robert Kiyosaki. It's a cute kitten video. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, fuck that. I'm playing this. I love it. That's so cute. It's so cute. Oh my god, dude. He's just hearing his meows a little bit more. Okay, that's not on their channel, but it is on their homepage for some reason. It's on a playlist. But yeah, so this video, okay, 50 videos in the last month. They've definitely recently changed up their focus here, this channel. Hey, whatever cast. Took you long enough, bro. How you doing, Wes? Gotta feed the dogs night all. All right, good night, Babbage. Have a good one, man. Let's check. Wait. Didn't Babbage want the 3D printing? Bro, did you see the poll? 3D printing is winning. I hope Babbage comes back. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna read the articles. McGregor's a new clan. He got tired of all the crap and had to speak out, and there is no one going to try and cancel this man. Tired and restless. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Well, this does seem like a good channel. I'm going to give it a check out. See how that goes. All right. All right, y'all. So, first, let's do these 3D printing articles because it looks like with 9 votes, 3D printing wins. 3D printing wins. All right, so earthquake-resistant house 3D printed in just 26 hours. So, wow. Whoa, there we go. Cement company Progresso has completed Guatemala's first 3D printed building. The prototype dwelling has been designed to withstand local seismic activity and combines modern 3D printing construction techniques with traditional local craftsmanship in the form of a thatched roof. The unnamed house was built using the Cobod's BO2 printer, which was also used on the recent post office in India, which we covered here in an article, which we read about here, and Europe's first 2-story 3D printed house. We might have also read about that too. The build process was very similar to those projects and involved the 3D printer extruding a cement-like mixture in layers, following a pre-planned blueprint to build up the structure's shell. The printing process took just 26 hours, though this was spread over 7 days. Once the concrete shell was completed, human builders then added windows, wiring, and plumbing, as well as anything else needed. They also installed the roof, which is a traditional roof in the region made from palm thatching. Wooden slats are installed to help promote natural ventilation too. A representative told us that emphasis was placed in designing the structures to withstand even severe earthquakes. The project was successfully taken steps to validate the structural stability of 3D construction printing in a seismic-prone region, explained the press release. Due to the use of 3D printing, the house features highly organic shaped walls that would otherwise be extremely expensive, even unfeasible to complete with concrete blocks. The region's predominant building material. The 3D printed concrete walls are completed by a rancho type palm leaf roof. The roof type has been used for generations in Latin America, as it is inexpensive, provides thermal comfort, and is well suited for seismic regions due to flexible and lightweight material. Oh shit, yeah, look at that. All right, that's a nice little thing. The house measures 40 square meters or 527 square feet spread over one floor and has very simple and basic interior layout that leaves the 3D printed concrete uncovered, underlining its prototype status. It contains a central living room that's furnished with a table and chairs, as well as a small kitchen area with some cabinetry and a sink. Another room to one side seems to be less configured as an office, but could be used as a bedroom. Elsewhere lies the bathroom. Elsewhere, probably an outhouse. The rep told us that the project was created as a research tool, and there's no immediate plans to create it on a larger scale. So it's just an experiment, pretty much, to see if they could make a local thing for that area. That's pretty cool. All right, and the last one, 3D printed turbofans could be the hottest new wheel trend. It's early days yet, but who doesn't love the idea of custom DIY aero wheels? What in the fuck is this? Turbofan wheels scream performance. An icon of top-level race cars in the 1970s and 80s, they went on to become a statement piece of street style. Today, getting a set for your own vehicle can be an expensive proposition, so why not make your own? The gang at the Vonka Racing Drift Team has been doing just that by 3D printing their own turbofan wheel covers, as seen on Instagram. The team has a printer with a build space large enough to print full-size turbofan covers in a single piece. Armed with that equipment, who could possibly resist the urge to whip up some parts? Hold on with the fucking sound. Oh, where's the... How do I... Fuck off. There's no thing? Shit. Anyway, this fucking guy did a thing, I guess. But I can't... If it's gonna play the fucking music... I can't fucking just play the video. I have to keep pausing it repeatedly. And that means you stop bouncing to it. Oh, what? Go away now. Okay. Speaking to The Drive, the team noted the project is only 1 week old, and they have yet to drive with the turbofans installed. Regardless, it's already netting visually appealing results. The team has worked up a number of prototypes thus far, experimenting with materials and designs. The turbofan covers are connected to the hub using 3D printed mounts that clamp on either side of the wheel, with the outer turbofan cover attached with a large reverse thread nut. Initial attempts look the part, but there have been some issues with excessive flex and a lack of rigidity. Properly balancing the components will also be important to avoid annoying vibrations. There are... What can someone explain to me what these wheel covers are? What are they? I've never heard of it before. Properly balancing the components will also be important to avoid annoying vibrations. There are also questions as to how the fans will hold up at high speed, as well as in wet conditions. When hitting standing water, designed properly, there's no reason that a set of plastic printed turbofans couldn't work. And they may even prove lighter than traditional aluminum designs. Fundamentally, they might prove not only to be lighter, but more structurally stable if they are designed with certain geometry in mind. Fundamentally, a primary goal of turbofans is to help suck cooling air over scorching hot brakes. Oh, in this regard, it may be necessary to use high-performance plastics if the turbofans are to serve genuine high-performance track roll. In a cosmetic-only duty, though, most 3D printable plastics would be fine. It also bears noting that turbofan covers come with a trade-off of an unsprung weight. In many cases, they're more about looking cool than offering a genuine performance advantage. So, okay. Of course, Vodka Racing is the only game in town. So it looks cool, but they don't really offer that much of a performance advantage. So if you can get the cool looking shit without paying all the money, that's all the better. But it's just another step in creating functional 3D printed stuff. In this instance for cars, but eventually for parts of everyday life. Cute kitties, I know, right? They were adorable. Please and thank you. McGregor is the same age as the old dude. Again, that's not right. Hey, no one's the same age as me. I'm the only me. I don't know if there was another immortal in the world, I would have met him by now. Especially after one of the cataclysms. Yo, yo, what's up, Misa? Just put a salad spinner on, man. You really shouldn't let me have access to a 3D printer. I'm going to make some really weird shit, man. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to have one eventually. I want some of these plastic, ceramic, and metal printing. Oh, cool. Let me see. Oh, that looks nice. There's some nice 3D printers. All right, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. We're over time. We're over time. We've been here too long. It's time to wrap it up. Say goodnight. Buenos nachos. And yeah, don't forget, never put clothes hangers around
I
your
have
head.
heard about this hanger thing, that it makes your head move.
I don't believe it.
I believe.
Let's see.
What? What?
Oh.
All right, everybody. Good night time. Nighty night. Where Wes, take care, brother. I will probably get 3D resin printer for making my toy soldiers. Thank you to my members. Thanks for the super chat, Justin Proper. Thanks to the lurkers and to everyone in the chat. I'll be back on Monday. I hope to see you then. Peace. And Babbage, I'm glad you're still here, by the way. Forgot Babbage. You said you were leaving. You lied, and I'm glad you did, because there were the 3D printing stories that you wanted. As Dave Allen used to say, good night, good luck, and may your God go with you. Catch you later, Kai, and you nice folks in chat. Always have a fun show. Oh, one more, not Monday. I'll be back before Monday. On Sunday, I'm going to be playing Witch-It, because I was supposed to be going out of town, but I'm not. So I'm playing Witch-It Sunday. I'll see you all Sunday afternoon. I'm not sure exactly at what time, but when I'll schedule it on Saturday or Saturday night or something. So you guys will see in a couple days the Witch-It stream. So come hang out for Witch-It on Sunday. That game is fucking fun and silly. So, all right. Good night, everybody. Mwah!
You're better than this. Join us. Use your powers for good.
Heads up.
Be a superhero.
I'm gonna be the king